Greetings trainers, Kuroblitz here, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm just here to, to talk and to chill with y'all, like nothing biggie. Like I just want to, share my thoughts about, the recent news that we got about Pokemon, right? From the leaks, from the news about the games and about the anime and the merchandise, just want to share my honest opinions on the matter. My voice might sound different because I'm recording on my phone. My mic and my headset, they are not at their finest. I need to get a new one. But that doesn't prevent me from actually, wanting to talk with you about, the recent news that we got in terms of Pokemon. So, as you all may know, Central League's page on Twitter, they have been, releasing several stuff about, potential Pokemon forms that we might get on Legends. And then again, in the end of the day, like, always take this with a grain of salt because we got the OLED, not the Switch Pro. Like, leaks, they could always be hit or miss. Like, never take it seriously. Just, have fun and joke around it. Like, as you can see from, the image, right? I have the Mew tree from the Clefairy manga, right? The Red and Clefairy manga. Because one of the leaks said, it was very controversial and odd. It's, the Hisuian Mewtwo. Then again, the moment that Aerodactyl has a Mega Evolution, it's like, not everything is fair game, but it shouldn't. Because, I'm a theorist, right? I'm a theorizer. And many things that I see on YouTube is that, people who do Pokemon theories, they use the multiverse as a scapegoat to be their breadwinner. And I'm sorry, I'm not an advocate for that. Like, just seeing rumors on 4chan, whatever more, even so, not the biggest fan of it. I'm sorry. But, Hisuian Mewtwo is the one thing that it doesn't make sense unless Dialga makes a portal to the Gen 9 and hits Hisuian because it's from the future, but it shows up in Hisui first, which is weird. There's the Tyrogue variant rumor, there's the Cacturne or Maractus rumor that might be that Pokemon that, climbs or whatever more. Or maybe it's the one that Arazu, right, Mars' ancestor, is guarding, like an evolution of a female Maractus because it's a ladylike Pokemon. That or a Serena or a Lilligant. There's also one from an aircraft, which could be a variant of Avalugg. Like, there's, a lot of stuff. There's actually a lot of stuff. Because, in the end of the day, we got, we got not the totem Pokemon, but the noble one, right? We got the noble one being Kleavor, right? The rock evolution of Scyther, which I kind of called, by the way. Back in the day, I did a video about regional variants that I wanted for Legends, and I wanted a normal Steel Scizor. I wanted, to keep the normal, like instead of keeping the primary type, keeping the secondaries, because changing it would be weird. Then again, we have trades, but we don't have machines, so I don't know how this Pokemon will evolve. Apparently, it's with some minerals that are not around anymore. Because, Obsidian Feedlands, right? So, Obsidian, it's a dark stone. Oreburgh in Japanese, it's Kurogane, which means black steel, so it's around that periphery. Like, even the tree that, Kleavor is, how do I say it, protecting, it's most likely around the area that it's, the former Pal Park. And this Pokemon is going to be your Pokemon for cut, right? You have the Celestica Flute, you do a song, and you explore the land and searching far and wide, and, Bascule Legion for Surf and Waterfall, Weirdeer for Rock Climb, Braviary for Fly. You basically learn musics in the Celestica Flute for all of these Pokemon, all of these nobles, and maybe the flute will become the Azure Flute, and that's how you reach Arceus, right? It gives Zelda vibes, from Ocarina, like learning the melodies to explore more of the world, like the sections of it. It's not open, of course, not open world. But, I like it. I like it. The alpha Pokemon, the red-eyed ones that, people are seeing, the attacking Ursaring and all, they are, for me personally, they are the equivalent of, Hisuian raids, but you do raids on solo mode. And maybe defeating those Pokemon, it's how you get, dropped items, right? Just like in an actual raid battle, including, the TMs and TRs, because maybe by defeating a Ursaring, you get, a TM for Slash. Or if you defeat a Luxray, you get one for Discharge or Shockwave or something, like dropped items, Speaking of TMs and TRs, I actually have to talk about this, whole controversy of, BDSP having, the remakes, not the legends. The remakes will have experience share always on, and people don't like that because of the challenge, and the fandom is complaining for the wrong reason, because if you want, like, back in the day, what was your actual team of Sinnoh besides, those, like, those, all of those the same, right? Because, when people make memes about Sinnoh teams, it's always the damn same, right? But when you reach Cynthia, if you don't count that level 5 Starly or the level 5 Bidoof for the HMs, which you don't need anymore, your team was basically a level 70 starter and everything, below 30 or 20 even. So the experience share being here, it's kind of, great. Also, I forgot to mention, the Wardens of Hisui, they are the trial captains because in Japanese they have the same name. So I just want to clarify that on. The experience share isn't the problem. The problem is that, TMs are unreusable again. It's a one-time deal. And, but that was the thing in the original one, so they are being faithful on that. Yeah, this remake, it's faithful and unfaithful at the same time. It's like how Final Fantasy VII, it was a remake, but there are plot elements that kind of so maybe this will be the same with Giratina and, dark blobs and portals and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I honestly, and we have the hideaways even. And TMs not being reusable, like, we have the competitive, but it's only for that game, so you have to go to the battle tower again and again. Like, it doesn't make sense because it's not the fact of being faithful, it's the fact that it's backtracking on Auras and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, because Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they have reusable HMs, even though Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald didn't back in the day. And Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee also have them, right? And they all even the remakes of Kanto Fire and Leaf really didn't have them because it was Gen 3. So pick up your goddamn minds, right? And there's the autosave. I honestly, I don't care about that much. Honestly, like the remakes are hit or miss, and there's like people saying, fairy types, the game will be easy because you have fairy types to defeat Cynthia. Newsflash, Garchomp is ultra weak to ice. It always was. Cynthia is not, a challenge if you don't let her be a challenge. And if you are, fairies, Spore Spiritomb, okay, but Garchomp can have a steel move. He's going to whoop your ass with Iron Head or Iron Tail, and defeat ice types on the process. No need for Flamethrower or Brick Break. But, it is what it is, right? We have these rumors, we have this news, so I think it's time, I'm in the mid-time, 9 minutes from now. Oh, damn. So, again, I told you, this is always unscripted. I'm just rambling at this point. I just want to, share my thoughts with y'all, the fandom and the community. So, as you can see from the third image, right, because I'm going from left to right, the third image, it's, we are going to get the Mega Lucario trilogy, quote-unquote, right? The search for the Mega Stone, this next Friday, on the 22nd of October, it will be, the trouble, right? It's like how Terrell, the insane game freak, said on the Pokepod World. Journeys, we have the 3 T's of Journeys: Trouble, Training, Triumph. Ash's Farfetch passed through this. With Girder and Rinto, it was the Trouble. With Wigstrom, it was the Training. and the rematch against Gallade to evolve, it was the triumph. No more, no less. With Lucario, might be the same. Encountering the Megastone, it's the trouble, but also the training. And then battling B, it's the training because it's adapting to Mega Evolution at the first time, but also the triumph because, every time Ash visits someone else in their home region, Ash will go there to win. So home luck doesn't apply to his challengers. I'm actually curious to know what will be, B's ranking so that I can average it out. I kind of got that one right on Twitter when it was with Voltner. Because, Voltner was in 27, Ash was in 99. The middle number was 63, but they cannot be both at 63, so Ash went to 64. Maybe Voltner went to 62 or something. I don't know. But speaking of B, I hope that the email that Ash gets, it's in the beginning of the episode and not in the ending. Because if he gets the email in the beginning, that will lead him to seek for help and power with Korrina. And Ash will they are going to a Mega Island with Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. That's basically Sycamore and Alon's wet dream. Just saying it right now. It will most likely be in Route 12. I will have candidates in Route 12 of Kalos in Azure Bay, the place where it's the Sea Spirit then, right, for the legendary bird. Because in the games, that's where you get an Ampharos from an old man. And Ash is going to battle an old man with a Mega Alakazam, which, it's kind of a nod to, the Psychic King Break Evolution TCG set from X and Y. So I'm super glad that, we are getting more TCG references. Like even the Giant Water Shuriken from Greninja, it was a TCG reference from the Golden Break Evolution. So it's just amazing for me to actually, see the cards getting, some love in the anime, the way that it's kind of possible. Ash vs. B, though, it will be a 3v3 for 2 episodes. So that is giving me Gladion vibes, so we'll get to see more of B. Either the pacing of the battle will be great, or we'll get to see more of B before the actual battle. And it's going to be, maybe Ash will use Surfetch on this one, like G-Max Gengar, it will be saved for another time. It's going to be saved for another time, not for this one. People are saying that Surfetch needs to revenge on Hawlucha because of a rivalry. Just because you battle someone once, that doesn't mean that there's a rivalry. Like, Surfetch, come on, he doesn't need to prove anything to B's Hawlucha. If you want to care for an Hawlucha, care for Ash's. Because B, she has more fighting type Pokemon, and I will say this. Battle 1, she led with Hawlucha. Battle 2, she led with Hypnontop. And since, Go has Phalanx, I will not be surprised if in this battle B will lead with her Pangoro. So, just want to say this. In regards of the battle, I cannot predict the pacing because Voltner had 9 rounds. Pikachu will damage a hell of a lot of Machamp so that Lucario in Mega Form can get the W, right? But that's kind of a problem because for Korrina it took a 7-episode arc and she had her Riolu since a baby. Ash is kind of speeding up the process. Maybe Aura has something to do with it, maybe not, because it's Journey's writing. However, this trilogy of episodes, it's going to be written, by a veteran storyboarder. I don't recall his name now, but he's the guy that made the Ash vs. Paul in the Sinnoh League. So, in terms of action and character, we are in for a good one. The issue here is Lucario, on his first time using Mega Evolution, infused with Ash's aura, it's going to get a win. Meanwhile, Machamp has more control and time under her own gimmick. Yeah, her, because B's Machamp is a girl. So She trained G-Max for longer than even Lucario was even born. And Ash is prodiging the shit out of this, and poor Machamp, like, he's going to be a victim in this situation, like Shadow of the Colossus kind of situation. And with this being the Trouble Training triumph of Lucario, will we see more of Lucario? Will they find, or will Lucario be shafted? Will the gloves be shafted? Will the mega item that, I don't know what it will be, most likely it'll be a cravat from the Pokefan or Coro scans or whatever more. So he gets a French cravat because Carlos, am I right? And because Riolu evolved to be on par with the Darkest Day, same for Reboot. And speaking of such, we are getting Darkest Day too. So most likely the winter special, like it will actually start on November 19th, the day that the remakes are around. And they are going to raid battle Arceus. So Ash's Lucario in around 70 episodes, he was born to now battle God. Like Eternatus, Mewtwo, they were stepping stones on this. I'm actually surprised that, from the looks of it, Lucario will par with Palkia and go Cinderace with Dialga. I kind of get the Dialga situation because it's the time Pokemon and Go has a friend in Tokyo, the guy who's searching for Celebi. But, I think it would be kind of make more sense for, Lucario to pair with Dialga because they are both steel types. It can still happen, right? And Inteleon pairing with Palkia because it's a water type, because Inteleon and Cinderace duking it out together, I want to see that shit. I want for Grookey to get inspired to evolve and not be a stupid bitch-ass monkey and actually do something by seeing his brothers battling God. Like, in terms of Dawn and Cynthia, I don't know if they are going to return or not for this one. Like, will even Koharu be on this? I don't know. But, this special is something else. I will say this much. But after this, and after ending 2021, and I know that, we are going to get the Legends in January, and then in April, it's the 25th anniversary, and it lands on a Friday, when the Pokemon began, and also when the trio formed the trio in episode 5, right? So, is Galar going to get love before the month of May? And speaking of May, next year AG turns 20, so are they going to bring Haruka back? For me personally, Best Girl, I want to see her again. I just don't trust the writing of this show to bring her back. Iris, she got everything, but it was super rushed. It was earned, but it was super rushed, in my opinion. Corina got jobbed for the plot. Dawn herself, to me, she was kind of flanderized, but in the end of the day, the return of Dawn is not for her, it's to develop Koharu. That's what people sadly do not see. But leaks, news, anime, merch, like, the Sinnoh Galar hype is real, y'all. Like, is real. And maybe we'll get more news about Project Mew because of the AnyPokePR posting stuff daily as well. And we need to see what will Ash's next battle after B will be, because Voltner in October, Voltner in August, B in October. Is he going to battle someone in December? Will we have, a Mewtwo-ish episode after the Darkest Day 2 with Arceus? Is Ash going to G-Max Gengar to get a win on Kabu or whoever more? Because we saw Centiskorch and Colossal on the Darkest Day, so Kabu, are you there? Gordy, are you there? G-Max Gengar, Alistair, are you there? The Project Mew dudes, are you there? Mustard for Urshifu, Isle of Armor, Crown Tundra. Anyways, we don't know. That's the sad reality. With all of the other series, we could pace out the time. This one, they go balls to the walls with the plot. They write on a whim, but the mystery is kind of part of the journey. Pun intended. So, yeah, folks. So, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are near 900 subscribers, and we finally got our community tab. Let's go, everyone. Let's go.